If you've ever been in the wild or watched a movie about the wild and seen animals, you might notice that they do things very different than us as human beings.
Can I hold them?
This one has to be fed, huh?
First feeding. Oh, look at
Do that because the animal parents, the moms, have lost their ability to nurture. In essence, a theme park where you can go and watch the animals from your car or while you walk around is identical in some ways to our foster care system. When they become adults, they have no idea how to love, how to breastfeed, how to hold, how to care for their children. And so that really brought some clarity to what I've been addressing for 16. We're a culture. In some ways, we've become a culture of foster parents who have lost that ability, understanding of how to care for our young. It's really not an innate, inborn ability. For most of us today, it's been unlearned for generations. And it's my purpose to help give a little bit of that history of what's gotten us so far removed from where we were. And so I'm Adelaide Zindler, autism strategist with disarmautism.com. And what I have for you is a 3-part video training series. And it's completely free. In fact, the very first segment, the very first portion of that, they're roughly 20 to 30 minutes each. So you want to set aside some time. But the very first one is happening at the website right now at Disarm Autism. I'm the one who co-chaired the largest event for preschool providers in the history of San Diego. I'm also the one who has gotten 99% of my referrals from children's hospitals, psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists, and school districts for the children in preschool that they didn't know what else to do. Most of my clients have been on multiple medications for at least what really has been going on. And I think I've got some answers that are going to surprise you. And so if you'll come on over to disarmautism.com, it is a non-profit website. Every penny that you spend is going to go to help further education like what you're going to receive for multiple generations nationwide and around the world. I'm on a global mission to see parents become their own child superhero once again. So I'm going to get you started with that free video series. And the first one, you don't even have to opt in for. You just need to log on to disarmautism.com. And here's a little bit of what you're going to find in that series to kind of whet your appetite. I'm going to share with you the history of childhood based on the research that I've done, taking you back to our original grandparents, Adam and Eve, and bringing you all the way up thousands of years later to 2000. You're going to find out how me, a mom, got community care licensing. It is the single entity government agency authorized to shut down or approve preschool programs, child care facilities, home care, whatever it is in preschool arena. These are the folks who decide what it looks like, how it functions, and I got them to come alongside of me in being co-chair of the largest event for preschool providers in the history of San Diego. And I want to share how I did that. I want to share with you some of the tools I use to get an entire workforce, an army of people working for me and for my outcomes with my child for free. You see, my little one, my youngest, would actually be labeled and medicated according to the 14 signs of autism, and I'll be sharing that with you too. We'll lay on this side of the screen, or maybe that side from where you're sitting, those 14 signs as identified by the experts, and then I want to give you 14 signs of my own that I believe is what we're really talking about. You'll get to hear what autism really means and how it's being redefined today to draw a whole bunch of our children, in fact all of our children, into a very wide net. It's time for us to stand up as parents, and it's my mission to be the spokesperson for that movement. Not because I learned it in academia, but because I've lived it. And in fact, you're going to enjoy some quotes from some experts that might surprise you in psychiatry, in child development. Man, I've got so much material that I want to give you because it is my heart to see parents stop being fearful of the authority, stop being fearful of people on television who, with all due respect, have never had a child of their own, have never understood the demands that are required of us to run a family, a household, and a business, and who I understand still live at home with daddy and aren't even American. All these things just baffle my mind as to why we would look to someone like that to tell us how to parent. In my humble opinion, I can learn from anybody. In fact, some of my closest friends are not parents, and I value their input. When it comes, however, to redefining how I function, I'm going to want somebody who doesn't have a credential, but who's parenting their own child in a way that I want to model. And so that's the challenge that I present to you today. I want to invite you to come on over to disarmautism.com. You're going to get a taste of what I've done for 16 years that's gotten the attention of the leading experts in our country. Come on and see me at disarmautism.com. I'll be over there waiting for you. Hey!
Friend, look at that.
Oh.